So one of the most important trans albums of all time is turning 10 years old. I'm talking about Transgender Dysphoria Blues by the American punk band Against Me. Released on January 21st, 2014, the pioneering album was the band's 6th studio album, but the first since lead singer Laura Jane Grace came out as trans in 2012. And Against Me was well known at the time for their rebellious punk metal sound, but they took it to a whole new level with Transgender Dysphoria Blues. The album itself is a revelation both musically and as a piece of trans media, and has become one of the most important canonical works of trans music ever. From the heart-pounding title track, to a tribute to a friend gone too soon, and to the anthemic and iconic song True Trans Soul Rebel that's still widely covered and beloved today. And yeah, that last clip was Lindsay Imber, the openly trans organist of the NHL's Anaheim Ducks, covering a punk song about dysphoria for an arena full of hockey fans. We love to see it! But more than just the music itself, the album sparked vital conversations around trans visibility and launched Grace into the public eye. Later in 2014, Time magazine would publish its infamous Transgender Tipping Point cover with Laverne Cox. And the visibility of trans public figures like Cox and Grace would come to define that moment. And I cannot stress enough that this is for an anarchist transgender punk album. Grace and the album were everywhere in 2014. It was Noisy's #2 album of the year. Grace answered questions for a BuzzFeed listicle about 10 questions it's never okay to ask a trans person. She starred in a 10-part docuseries on AOL about her transition. And the band was even on David Letterman's talk show, playing a song about growing apart from your loved ones during transition. But perhaps the most impactful thing of all, Transgender Dysphoria Blues changed the lives of a generation of trans people. The album and Grace's unapologetic visibility gave a voice to feelings we'd never seen art made in the mainstream about before. It touches deep into that messy, hard, and beautiful part of being trans, and rightfully still finds its way onto countless playlists, from house parties to pride parades to road trips with chosen family. So happy 10 years to all my true trans soul rebels out there, and God bless our transsexual hearts.